County Assembly, as by yesterday's governor, I now propose that the governor's address be discussed. Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, Honorable Teno.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to move that this House to discuss the motion that the thanks of the County Assembly be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the address of the Governor of 11 October 2022, delivered at the County Assembly chambers. Honorable Speaker, aware that in the report that has been tabled in this House concerning the Governor's address in the opening of the Third Assembly, Honorable Speaker, I'm delighted that most of the issues that was raised by His Excellency the Governor touch all the departments, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm happy that when you look at the report of His Excellency the Governor concerning the completion of work in progress, most of the work which was started in the last financial year and last term, Honorable Speaker, has been addressed by the Governor that they must be completed on time. So, Honorable Speaker, this report has touched all areas. When you look at the issue of education, that is the ECTE teachers, Honorable Speaker, Governor has indicated that we will employ over 400 teachers, which will help our citizens, Honorable Speaker. When you look at the issue of pending bills, which has been the challenge, His Excellency the Governor has addressed that issue so that our contractors are paid on time, so that the work can start across the county, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, again, when you look on the report that is under health and sanitation, we have the flagship projects, one being in Kapsabet Referral Hospital, there's another one in Kabiet, we have another one in Tindret, that is Maraba Hospital, we have another one in Chepterwai, Honorable Speaker, that Governor suggested that these flagship projects can be completed so that it can serve our citizens, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the issue of agriculture, we have a mega project that is in Kabiet, that is a processing plant, which will actually save our people in terms of the employment, and number two, in terms of supplying of milk, which has been an issue, Honorable Speaker. You know, the challenge of milk has been an issue in this county, and when we complete that processing plant, it will save our farmers across the county so that they can get the services, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm also happy to note that Governor touched an issue of bursary, the bursary which was touched so that it can save our people, Honorable Speaker. You may find that this time of period, Honorable Speaker, most of the students are at home because of the fee challenge. And I'm happy that in the report of His Excellency the Governor, he touched the issue of bursary, which will help our people to get bursary for our students, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, without much ado, Honorable Speaker, I urge this House to support, to discuss this report of His Excellency the Governor and adopt it, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Members, I think this is now the post from the Governor's address yesterday, and you are free to discuss and deliberate on what is contained in the Governor's address. Honorable Jamalan, Honorable Richard Pett. I think Honorable Richard Pett, you know that I saw you raising up your hand. You should stand so that you guide the speaker aside.
Thank you.
Because I might think that you are doing other things. Welcome, Honorable Pett.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I also want to react on the government's address yesterday. From the government speech, looking at those areas of interest from education, agriculture, youth and arts, education and vocational training, Governor clearly indicated that there is a clear roadmap on where we are and where we are heading. It was a clear indication and a personal commitment of His Excellency the Governor that is very ready to steer ahead this county on matters to do with development in all areas that affects our counties. If you look at the health sector, we have flagship projects. There is also plan to invest on the health staff. If you look at the ECD centers, there is a clear roadmap on where we are and where we are heading. I want to say, if we give him the support that he needs on the legislature and political goodwill, for sure we shall take this great county to better heights. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I want to say thank you. The Governor has all our support and facilitation, legislation facilitation to ensure we all deliver on the promises that we promise as a team. And in the spirit of teamwork, we ensure we give development to our people. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable Benjamin Gerich.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I also want to comment on the Governor's address yesterday. And to me, I want to say that the Governor actually touched on key areas. Now that one thing that the Governor addressed is the issue of pending bills. As you are aware, Mr. Speaker, sir, that currently, as the Governor said yesterday, that we have issues to do with pending bills, and of which I'm happy, because now when we address this issue of pending bills, I think our local contractors, as you are aware, honorable members, they have been facing punitive measures from the local banks, because some of them went and took some loans to finance those projects. Now that the Governor the county government is now indicating some good measures that they are going to put in place in order to deal with the issue of pending bills once and for all. I think that is good. Secondly, on issues to do with the wage bill, I think the Governor said that they have put in place measures to do with the wage bill. As honorable members, as you are aware, that the Nandi County wage bill is high, and we need to bring it back to the ceiling of 35% as per the law. So I think, and you are also aware that currently we have the issue of ghost workers. We have the issue of people being in job groups that are not qualified by merit. And I think when we address this issue, I think it will give us more resources so that we are going to be able to deliver on the service delivery to the wananchi. Secondly, we have the Governor touched on pending projects, like the Mother and Hospital here in Kapsabet. We have the Nandi County Creameries in Kabiet, and I think that is a good indication, because we need to do away with these projects so that the wananchi can get value for money. When those projects are complete and they are operational, I think the common wananchi down there will get value for money. Secondly, on education, I was happy when the Governor said that we are going to increase the bursaries for our people. And to me, I'm happy, because that was one of my campaign tool. I had promised my people that we are going to increase the bursaries. So when the Governor touched on his address, I saw that it was good. So, and the most rallying call that the Governor requested us, honorable members, is that we should have the good political goodwill, so that all these projects, all the task ahead of us, when we have the good political goodwill, I think together we are going to forge ahead, and we are going to win on all the aspects. With those few remarks, I beg to support the governor's speech. Thank you very much.
Members, anybody with any? Honorable John Getter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I also rise to comment on Governor's speech. Mr. Speaker, we realize that the Governor did indicate that he is ready to work on certain issues. And Mr. Speaker, on revenue. Mr. Speaker, we are still having a lot of challenges in terms of collection of revenue. We still have a lot of spillage, or people are not obedient, Mr. Speaker, or they are not faithful, Mr. Speaker, on this collection of revenue, which will assist to do all this what the Governor is saying. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to put more emphasis on our honorable members that we do, for us to attain what the Governor is talking about, we must be united. We must do our oversight as independent government entity, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on health sector, the Governor talked very much on the plans he has and what he has done in the last 5 years. But the challenge, Mr. Speaker, we have the manpower, what the workers which the Governor has employed. But Mr. Speaker, we are shocked in Nandi County, almost all health centers and dispensaries don't have medicine. Without medicine and with the staff, Mr. Speaker, we cannot do much, because we must be having staff, but there is no medicine for our people, then it is a challenge. And I wanted to echo what the Governor said. We can increase on the money to buy medicine. That is where I was very happy. And Mr. Speaker, on the sports, he said we might be handing over our stadium here to be done by the national government. I don't know now, Mr. Speaker, that when we have functions as a county, do we request this facility from the national government, or we own? Are they doing and then hand over to the county, or they are taking over, like that one of Eldoret? When they do it, when we want to do some functions or revenue, the revenue will go to where? Is it national or to the county government? Those are challenges I wanted the Governor to clarify, so that we know, as we hand over the stadium to be done by the national government, we also put some measures so that we should not lose revenue, because stadiums has a lot of revenue to county governments. Again, Mr. Speaker, we talked on agriculture. And Mr. Speaker, Governor was requesting that budget, we pass a budget to finish these all flagship projects. Mr. Speaker, it is a novel idea. But again, Mr. Speaker, in the last 5 years, most of development money went to flagship projects, and few projects was done in our wards. So, Mr. Speaker, I wanted so that we balance the ward and the flagship projects, so that we should not pass a budget here to finish flagship projects and we suffocate projects in our wards. That one, Mr. Speaker, we should balance. This House, Mr. Speaker, I urge all these honorable members, so that as we do budgeting, we should put into consideration such scenarios. And for sure, Mr. Speaker, Governor was re-elected because of these flagship projects he has done. But most of them years were just because little was done in their wards. And we need, Mr. Speaker, to balance, so that we do in our wards, at the same time we finish the projects which has been done. Mr. Speaker, I could have loved so much when I hear our Honorable Governor talking about our county assembly building here, so that it should be among those being finished. These honorable members, Mr. Speaker, are sitting in one hall here, a committee room. They don't have space. Honorable members, nobody has an office here. But we finish that building, we will have a lot of space, and each one of us will have an office, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, as we do budgeting again, we should not forget that. And, Mr. Speaker, I heard the governor talked about roads. No road is passable as we speak in Nandi County, in our wards. Mr. Speaker, and the governor did indicate that we can still buy other trucks. We buy graders, we buy tippers, but Mr. Speaker, we wanted to know those equipments which were bought in the last term, what did they do? Did it support the county? Or, because Mr. Speaker, I am a member who was there in 2013, we bought some trucks. And Mr. Speaker, we had a lot of challenges on management of the equipments. You see, Mr. Speaker, one of the graders might be installed in Jefterwai, another one in Tinderet, low loader, it is not working. So, Mr. Speaker, before we put a budget of buying new equipments, we should know which mechanisms as the county government or the executive has put, so that in proper management, without proper management, honorable members, we will do little. And we have used a lot of money to buy these equipments. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm supporting what the governor has said, but before we do budgeting on the same, we should look into such issues so that we should not do or we shoot our foot. Mr. Speaker, and on what the governor said on Wakefield, Mr. Speaker, I support that we have staff who are being laid off now as a way of managing wage bill so that we get money to do development. It's a novel idea, Mr. Speaker, but I was of the opinion that if we can finish Kaviyet creameries, Mr. Speaker, we can transfer the same people whom we are laying off to Kaviyet. We can start with that one and we transfer these people so that we should not lay off people who have their own dependents at home. We can bring a lot of effort. And, Mr. Speaker, another one might opt to say, I can commit suicide, like the other time. So, Mr. Speaker, I don't want such scenarios, so that we can see we balance. For the ghost workers, it is okay. Let them go. Because, in fact, they should go through court process so that in future, nothing can of such kind should be happening. But, Mr. Speaker, again, we should see on those people who are working genuinely to the county government, we can consider them so that we balance and see if we are laying off, we see others, we can do a budget on this in supplementary, Mr. Speaker, so that we can finish Kaviyet once and for all, and the textile industry, so that we can transfer some staff here who are burdening the budget and bringing us the issues of wage bill, so that we can take them to Kaviyet or the textile in Mosoriot. We will get a lot of space, Mr. Speaker, for our people. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support. Thank you.
Honorable Birech, Member Tinderet.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. I rise to confirm my support on yesterday's governor's speech. I think the speech itself was very comprehensive and detailed on many areas of our departments. I just want to touch on few areas which governor caught my attention. One, I want to discuss on agriculture itself, which governor said he intends to do. One, I want to thank the governor because he confirmed that all the works in progress he wants to finish. That means he has a goodwill and has interest on those areas he wants to finish. More particularly on a coffee mill, which in Dintred sub-county, which is said probably by the beginning of next year, it should be complete. That one I really support fully. Number two, he said he want to, we buy coffee seedlings in bulk. That one also is a brilliant idea, given that where we come from, our people depends most on agriculture. However, he said he wants to make sure we have the access on AI services. That one also is very important to our people. On education, I want to thank the governor because he said ECDs to scheme of service. He said he wants to confirm the 1,300 ECD teachers to permanent and pensionable terms. That one is also very important. I want also to laud the governor on areas of sports. On areas of sports, whereby he discussed like Tindred, we must have Tindred Mountain Run, whereby he said over 700 youths to be recruited. It means we are also going to create job opportunities for our young people. On areas of administration and public service, he said